Good evening, Belize, and welcome to XTV's news broadcast for Wednesday, January 21, 2026. Making the headlines tonight, CABSEC accidentally publishes message alleging ministry corruption. PM says anonymous source was making mischief. No primary legislation expected to allow for telecoms monopoly. And BTL to address victimization concerns by classifying media as essential services. We take our first break and return with the news.
Start earning V-Bucks today. It's really quite easy. All you have to do is make a purchase at any Benny's location or Benny's entity. Remember, V-Bucks is as good as cash. It's free money.
Download the V-Bucks app and sign up to be eligible. It's fast and easy.
V-Bucks, rewarding loyalty.
Enhanced service and faster sickness benefit claim processing are at your fingertips with SSB's healthcare feature accessible via the My Social Security self-service portal. Your convenience during illness is key. Now your doctor can certify your period of illness and your employer can confirm your employment details digitally, eliminating the need to visit our office. But wait, better! You can also review the medical certificate provided by your doctor in your My Social Security account, along with real-time processing updates, keeping you informed. To ensure a smooth process, always review your electronic medical certificate before you hit submit. Upon submission, your employer is notified via email of your claim submitted to SSB and must respond within 48 hours for your claim to be automatically processed. For more information, check out our guides on our website and YouTube pages. Social Security at your fingertips.
That's me. My data and I really need to get my ARA out today.
Really? Well, you can join our Smart Group plan.
Really? How that works?
Easy, let me tell you.
Whether it's family, friends, or your small business, we've got the perfect plan for every group. More members equals more savings, more connections. Smart Group plans bring the connectivity you love to you and your circle. No one gets left behind. Explore Share One package option and add on unlimited data, calls, and SMS for the entire group for less than $50 per member. Visit any Smart showroom countrywide or email sales@speednet-wireless.com to sign up today. Smart, bringing people together.
Tired of replacing light bulbs? LEDs are what you need. LEDs last up to 30,000 hours. That's 30 times longer than incandescent bulbs, and up to 8 times longer than compact fluorescents. So less changing and less trash. Planet Earth thanks you. And the LED experts at Brothers Habet and Habet will help you find the best LED solution with colors for every room and mood, starting as low as $6.95. You can even get LED strips for home, office, and industrial use. So say goodbye to fluorescent tubes forever. And because they use up to 90% less energy, you save money. Money you can spend on other things. So head to Brothers Habet or Habet and Habet today. You can also call, email, or Facebook us. Have a brilliant day.
I really appreciate this house, you know? I really appreciate the time I take.
1, 2, 3.
I'm feeling very overwhelmed with Lord and the government and all who had participated in letting me be able to have the opportunity of having a home for myself. I'm very happy. This is something that is mine personally. I don't have to be renting, I don't have to be, that is extra money in my pocket to do, and if I want to expand or whatever, that I can do that, I'll be able to do it.
As you can see, when they get these houses, it's an absolutely thrilling time, and I'm just absolutely overjoyed, man. These are humble, hardworking, honest people. They've worked all their lives, done a tremendous job with their children, have grown their children up to be considerate, responsible, hardworking citizens. Under really tough conditions, they've been able to make sure that their children get an education and be upstanding citizens. So they have done their part for this country. So we could not give two more deserving persons this opportunity.
I had my own home, but it sank, so the water came in. When it rains, I punish. Thankful for this, because I at least 3 feet, 3 heights.
Anybody who lives in the West Landiver community, they know the Conarchy family. This is a foundation family of this very close-knit community called West Landiver. And today is such a wonderful moment for the entire community because they know how much Lisa deserves this home. And I am just so excited as the area representative to be able to deliver this home today. It's something that we are extremely proud of.
Welcome back with your news. I am Drea Espinosa. On Tuesday evening, Cabinet Secretary Stuart Leslie posted part of a message to his WhatsApp status by mistake. The author of the message alleged there was corruption in the Ministry of Rural Transformation and stated that a staffer was going to Benny's to collect checks for commission on materials purchased by the government. It further alleged that some of the benefits derived were going to the minister and CEO in the ministry, Honorable Oscar Requena and Valentino Shao. Today we checked the owner of Benny's, who told us the claim is false, and he considers it scandalous and libellous. Meanwhile, Prime Minister John Bersenio explained the origin of the message and called it mischief-making.
Actually, that was sent to me from a number out of in Mexico. So obviously when you see that kind of thing, you know that something is wrong. I sent it to the Cabinet Secretary so that he could forward it to both the CEO and to the Ministry. And I guess he was in a hurry and he put it out in his status, no? And then he brought it down very quickly when he was told that it was on his status. But the truth of that of it, and I'm sure that the ministry they will talk about it and making allegations, doing business with Benny's, and I had somebody check with Benny's, and they're saying that they have done no business with the Ministry of Rural Transformation. So obviously somebody's just trying to create some kind of mischief.
So could it have been like a scammer or something?
I don't know if it's a scammer, but I think somebody just got a Mexican number and sent the message.
Ordinarily, how would the process work if you just summarize it in terms of procurement with these different hardwares? Is it that you have to have multiple options?
No, it depends. It depends on the amount that you are writing. But actually, the irony is that most of the monies that is being spent through rural transformation is, I think, from the EU. And so they have a very, very rigorous process on how you go about doing that. So again, it's somebody trying to create mischief, not really knowing how you go about doing these procurement.
And even being under the assumption that it's someone causing mischief, do you guys plan to investigate it further?
Well, of course, but there's nothing to investigate. If the people at Venice is saying we do no business with rural transformation, what else is there to investigate?
What roadworks do you understand is happening in the north, perhaps even in your constituency, and the assertions about incompleted work being paid for? Can you point to the fact that these works are being completed and paid for?
Well, I don't know how am I going to know that. That's a really that's some questions you could ask respectfully. It's impossible for me to know. And rural transformation has a small budget when it comes to fixing, not really necessarily building roads, but fixing the village roads that they have. These are small contracts that you need from time to time.
Today, Minister Oscar Rekenya called the allegations total nonsense, and he likewise affirmed that there is clear oversight for their projects.
First of all, I want to say that is total nonsense. Total nonsense. We at the Ministry of Rural Transformation and Local Government are focused on our work. Today is evidence of that. We have a cadre of highly skilled and professional employees, staff who work.
Happy with how they are delivering service across Belize. For his part, CEO Shal maintained the same line of response.
I am not going to reply to anything that is speculation or any allegation, so I have no response to provide to anything of that sort.
Do you believe that whoever was sending these messages that they were just trying to cause mischief?
It's absolute rubbish. It is intended to tarnish the hard work of the ministry, the work that we do, and we have an idea of where it's coming from and why it is happening. But that is not the reason for why we're here, and of course, that is not going to detract us from what we need to do. There's a lot of work to be done, and that's what we're going to focus on.
Both officials responded to the claim that one of their directors was selected over several others who had higher qualifications. As the questioning proceeded, things got testy.
Maintain that we have a highly trained professional staff, and that is what we work with.
Do you believe that Director Charles Galvez is qualified for the position that he holds, given that he has a high school education and there are more senior members of the ministry who could have held that place?
I will tell you this. You can have a PhD, but you still need to be able to cross the road without getting hit by a bus. So can you work? Can you make the work happen? Can you produce? I don't know if that is sufficient. I do believe that the work that our staff do is sufficient, and as a matter of fact, a lot of them go above and beyond to serve the communities that we serve, and I'm very proud of them. I'm proud of the work that they do. So whatever assertion, these are all negative assertions, that is fine. What matters really is last night our guys were in Bella Vista fixing the water system. They finished it at midnight. Nobody was correct, and I'm not sure why you would do that. Benny's is a big supplier of a lot of materials.
You're the only one who's gone the legal route, and as a media person, you should know that we have the right, when there is something in the public domain, for us to do our jobs. That's what I'm doing. Other people we have interviewed have responded to that question, and they have not chosen to go the legal route as you did.
No, so you're asking about a very reputable company.
If you've done your due diligence and checked, because people are human and there can be corruption, there can be things that you may not know are happening.
Absolutely. There may be, but I'm not aware of any such thing.
I asked if anyone called.
If somebody brings credible information to us, we are obligated to look into it. But nobody has brought any credible information to us about any such thing.
After Tuesday's cabinet meeting where Belize Telemedia Limited presented on its intended acquisition of SpeedNet Smart, Public Utilities Minister Michelle Shabat told the media that the Public Utilities Commission is preparing the statutory instrument that's to be sent to the Attorney General's ministry before it goes to cabinet. He explained that it is public knowledge that there are ongoing discussions for a consolidation of BTL and Smart, and the SI would be signed to ensure there is a transitional period during which rates will not be increased. He affirmed that the PUC must prepare for any eventually. For his part, the BTL chairman said he believes BTL's presentations was well received by Cabinet, which must now decide the next steps policy-wise. We asked the PM to clarify what was that meant.
Means is it that after their consultations the executive will decide if this consolidation should occur?
No, I think by policy with the policymakers from our end is a policy what we do through the PUC, Public Utilities Commission. The minister pointed out to cabinet that they are already working in signing an SI, which I believe will do anyway with or without a consolidation. I think it's time now to be able to look at the communication, the telecommunication sector, to see what kind of what regulations you can put to be able to better manage that industry. The telecommunications now, as you can appreciate, is moving away now from telco to a tech company. It's moving from being telecoms to providing technical services. They make the case that their talk time revenues has gone down considerably, I think about 70-80%. And so as a company, they have to reinvent themselves. You know, remember when Dell computers had Dell computers, they removed the computers because no, it's Dell, because now they do a lot of other things. They produce more than just computers. Likewise with the telecommunication company. So what he was referring on that is that then we as a government and through the PUC don't have to be able to set up the policies and what kind of regulations we want to put in place.
Notably, the PM does not believe that primary legislation will be required to allow for a return to a telecoms monopoly in Belize, which would have required parliamentary approval. That could have potentially seen the move being blocked by the social partner senators.
We expect more legislation apart from that side for monopoly.
Again, it's not a monopoly, but yes, we want a more active public service commission for them to be able to put regulations and, if necessary, if there's a public utilities commission. We want a more active public utilities commission to be able to put more regulations, and where necessary to amend the law, then we will.
Meanwhile, asked if he supports a monopoly, Minister Shabat responded that there are some 23 broadband providers in Belize, and therefore he cannot say there would be a monopoly. We discussed this with the PM as well.
Said that he does not believe you can say there's a monopoly when you have 23 other broadband providers, but BTL in this move, when the other 3 cable companies were in play, you were singling out 3. So if you want to consolidate and monopolize, why not lump them in?
But again, that's not true in the sense because you have access to broadband services. Broadband services are available by 20 other companies that we presently have. But the idea, again, on the entire consolidation of the industry, again, it's a matter where BTL, as we did not go into that discussion in cabinet, we just discussed the smart BTL. But from what we understand is that what they're trying to do is trying to create efficiencies. And also remember, taxpayers invested almost $700 million in the BTL. And if they do not make changes, it's going to crash. As it is right now in their projections, without a consolidation, their growth is flatlining for the next 5 years. And whilst if revenues are not going up, costs continues to go up. So there has to be a way where they could consolidate and create more efficiencies in the industry. That would make BTL more successful and by extension Social Security and all our taxpayers.
After the break, unclaimed $1 million jackpot winnings share to be donated to charity. Stay with us.
For decades, BEL has powered Belize's growth and progress, lighting homes, energizing industries, and fueling national development. But in a world reshaped by extreme weather patterns, digital transformation, and evolving customer needs, the future of energy demands a new approach. The future of energy is now, and it's not just about new technology, it's about people and how we use, manage, and store power smarter. BEL is leading the transformation, blending modern advancements with the wisdom of sustainable energy practices. Integrating technologies will redefine how Belize produces and uses energy. With distributed generation and smart grid technologies, customers are becoming power partners. Energy is no longer a one-way street. BEL is making key investments that will reinforce the grid to make this a reality, ensuring energy security for generations. At BEL, we are more than an energy provider. We work to safeguard Belize's energy future, which will have demand response programs, where customers will be able to shift use during peak hours to take advantage of the new time of use or off-peak rate structures, customer energy portals, real-time insights and tools to track usage and manage energy smarter, smart metering, advanced metering infrastructure, faster, safer service and actionable energy insights, distributed generation, integrating rooftop solar, microgrids and battery storage for two-way power flows into the national grid. Together, we are bringing you a brighter tomorrow.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in its and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
Enhanced service and faster sickness benefit claim processing are at your fingertips with SSB's healthcare feature, accessible via the My Social Security self-service portal. Your convenience during illness is key. Now your doctor can certify your period of illness, and your employer can confirm your employment details digitally, eliminating the need to visit our office. But wait, it gets better. You can also review the medical certificate provided by your doctor in your My Social Security account, along with real-time processing updates, keeping you informed. To ensure a smooth process, always review your electronic medical certificate before you hit submit. Upon submission, your employer is notified via email of your claim submitted to SSB and must respond within 48 hours for your claim to be automatically processed. For more information, check out our guides on our website and YouTube pages. Social Security at your fingertips.
This is everything.
I will be a first-time homeowner. I always dream of owning my own home. I'm a single mom of 2 boys, so I want to leave something for my children.
In my case, moving up here in Ladyville in 1978, it was a similar housing program, and my grandmother bring us up here to Ladyville when I was 1 year old, and came into a housing program in the site area, and that changed our life completely because basically my grandmother said we were from house to house in Belize City. I had a roof over my head, I don't have to worry about moving and stuff like that, so I could feel the same joy that Shahid and others, the hundreds who have already received houses before. So I would like to see more of this get done in Ladyville, and of course the country of Belize.
Many young people right now, it's kind of difficult to get your own land and a home. So for me, it's a great opportunity to start. Because I know it's mine, I go invest in my own.
Well, we are starting the new year with a new starter house, no? And that is very good for all of us. With this will be the 8th starter house, and it's 8 families that are benefiting. I would like we be inaugurating at least 1,000, but it's just one. And maybe in the future will be another one, and that is good. That is the way to continue this new year.
Whether you are a busy person or stuck in traffic or having an adverse or very demanding circumstance, tension builds up, causing you to be stressed out. Stress attacks everyone, anytime, any age. And stress is a killer. Palm City? It's best to be alive than dead. So visit Freetown Drugstore to get options to relieve stress and to relax your mind.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you today?
I'm so stressed out.
Okay, I'm saying I help right now. When I this daily, for 10 days, I am good after that, okay?
Okay.
Freetown Drugstore, 28 Freetown Road, where you are better off alive than dead. Freetown Drugstore, telephone 223-2876.
If music is your passion, this is your moment. What's going on, guys? Ash Belize here. This January, the future of our sound comes together at the Big Tune Music Empowerment Forum. Forum brings together artists, producers, DJs, managers, educators, and music stakeholders to build skills, spark dialogue, and strengthen Belize's music sector. Join the opening ceremony and music mixer on Friday, January 23rd at 7 p.m. Then level up at the Capacity Building Forum on Saturday, January 24th from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Both of them, they happen at the Bliss Center in Belize City. Topics include music, business, production, marketing, EI, genre development, and full music ecosystem. The deadline to register is January 16th, and for more information, you could call 227-2110 or email nsarccsbelize@gmail.com. Big Tune Empowerment Forum, where Belize's music moves forward. Let's go. See you there.
After BTL's presentation to Cabinet Tuesday, Board Chairman Markelm Lizarraga also responded to Tropical Vision's owner Jules Vasquez, who indicated that BTL disconnected their service in 2022 in the wake of adversarial coverage on the government. Lizarraga referenced a letter of apology to Channel 7 issued earlier this week. It follows a review to ascertain what transpired after being accused by several media houses of punitive behavior over viewpoints critical of the government. According to the letter, the disconnection was the result of an internal administrative error when a billing adjustment was not applied when it should have been. We note that while this explanation addresses a recent incident, others that occurred years ago remain unaddressed. Today, the PM said that by designating media as essential services, concerns should be resolved overall.
Point we discussed in cabinet when Mr. Vasquez was alleging that he was illegally cut his services for whatever reasons. The chairman explained that what happened is that there was, at that moment, they were transferring to a new system, an automated system, that once you reach where you, when you're not paying your bill, they would automatically, the automated system would automatically cut. And there was an error in Mr. Vasquez's account. He was cut for about 2 hours. He was without service, but the media fixed it and they apologized to him. But from that discussion and Mr. Vasquez trying to create the feeling as if we're out to get him, what we suggested in cabinet is that under the regulations, we want to put the media as one of the as a part of essential services, so that they cannot be just cut just arbitrarily. There has to be a process. Obviously, if you don't pay your bill, they will cut your service because you have to pay for your bill. But you will be given enough notice for you to be able to go and pay for your services. So it's important for us to give that side of comfort to the media that they were not going to be sanctioned because they are for or against the government or a minister or anything.
Appreciate though, PM, that other instances of transgressions have not been addressed by the different administrations were in power. There have been instances when Prem Television as well as Plus TV have been impacted, and the belief is that it was because of their content being produced.
That's your belief. I don't think you're right, but our government will never subscribe to that kind of behavior. And that is why we are talking about putting in the regulations that the media is going to be a part of essential services so that they could not be taken advantage of or perceive advantage of from members in the media. So we want to give you that protection to ensure that then you can do your job freely. And that's, from our end, that's what we want.
Does PPL intend to consult with media?
About what?
In relation to the ballot, there's
I'm not sure. I don't. I mean,
then if you
listen. Wait. Man. Let's not mix up.
with anyone else.
Let's not mix up things. That is for them to decide who they want to consult with, and the media reports. The media now set policy.
On a related note, when asked for comments on the call by some for his resignation, Lizarraga responded, "He serves at the pleasure of the Prime Minister, not the social partners." As reported at the end of October 2025, Cabinet announced the government would allow the removal of price controls for pre-packaged retail sugar. It meant that if any retailer decided to pre-package the sugar purchased wholesale from Belize Sugar Industries, they could add a markup. We're told that this was already being done by the Belize Marketing and Development Corporation, with the pre-packaged sugar being sold on the islands only. This week, Minister of State Honorable Osman Martinez reported that the related statutory instrument, number 15 of 2026, was just signed on January 8th this year and should be gazetted shortly. The intention is for the move to benefit cane farmers directly. Today, though, the PM clarified that others will also be allowed to pre-package and label sugar.
What we have done is that with the sugar being sold in bags that you go to the way for you, that is controlled. What is determined?
The refining, though, is a ways off.
I would say ways off. Maybe in a year or two.
The Belize Government Lotteries Limited today announced that the last of the $9 million jackpot winners has failed to claim their winning cash prize share of $111,111.11, which needed to be claimed within 30 days of the draw. The deadline to collect was January 20. In a statement, the BGLL notes that the unclaimed winnings would normally revert to the company. However, when it comes to this particular jackpot, the profits were earmarked for donation towards charitable organization of the board of directors choosing. BGLL says this year's sales did not produce a profit, but the company has decided to donate the money nonetheless. At their next meeting scheduled for mid-January, the board of directors will choose which charitable organization will receive the funds. On a positive note, Marie Sharp's Fine Foods Limited may be Belize's most famous brand with their assortment of hot sauces, jams, and other products in select countries across the globe and available online at stores such as Amazon. Well, today, 85-year-old Marie Sharp herself got further global recognition after being featured as one of Forbes' 50 over 50. This year's global list features, quote, leaders, founders, creators, and innovators from 36 countries and territories who are leaving their marks on every sector of business, from aviation and architecture to minerals and mining. After the story was published on Forbes' social media accounts, Marie Sharp's Fine Foods Facebook page shared the link to the story, with the caption adding some heat and love Marie Sharp's style to Forbes. After the break, Ministry launches National Rural Development Strategy to drive inclusive growth. Stay tuned.
That's me. My data done, and I really need to get my ad out today.
Really? Well, you can join our Smart Group plan.
Really? How that works?
Unlimited data, calls, and SMS for the entire group for less than $50 per member. Visit any Smart showroom countrywide or email sales@speednet-wireless.com to sign up today. Smart, bringing people together.
We all know the importance of running water and proper drainage in your home. That's why we rely on a fully functional plumbing system. At Benny's, we have all the plumbing supplies and quality and savings.
Enhanced service and faster sickness benefit claim processing are at your fingertips with SSB's healthcare feature, accessible via the My Social Security self-service portal. Your convenience during illness is key. Now your doctor can certify your period of illness, and your employer can confirm your employment details digitally, eliminating the need to visit our office. But wait, it gets better. You can also review the medical certificate provided by your doctor in your My Social Security account, along with real-time processing updates, keeping you informed. To ensure a smooth process, always review your electronic medical certificate before you hit submit. Upon submission, your employer is notified via email of your claim submitted to SSB and must respond within 48 hours for your claim to be automatically processed. For more information, check out our guides on our website and YouTube pages. Social Security at your fingertips.
Excited, good. I love my home. I was living with my sister, and I'm so happy that I have my own one, that I could say it is my house.
It's good to have a house. I can say it's mine.
Sandy is a single mother who has been all her life
living amongst her family. And so when we looked at the names of the individual, we thought we were able to help. Sandy is one of them. I know that really needed this assistance. I'm very proud of Sandy, and we're very happy to be able to share in this very exciting moment with her, and she now owns a home that she can call home. And just like Sandy, you know, we just issued one to Miss Cantun in Orange Walk, another single mother with I think 2 or 3 children. You're not just giving them something, but you're making them, giving them a future, one that they can also have with their children. And so putting a roof over somebody's head is making life better for that individual.
Music is your passion, this is your moment. What's going on, guys? Ash Bleeze here. This January, the future of our sound comes together at the Big Tune Music Empowerment Forum. This national forum brings together artists, producers, DJs, managers, educators, and music stakeholders to build skills, spark dialogue, and strengthen Belize's music sector. Join the opening ceremony and music mixer on
The Ministry of Rural Transformation today officially launched the National Rural Development Strategy, a landmark initiative aimed at advancing sustainable development and improving livelihoods in rural communities across Belize. The strategy is the result of a collaborative partnership between the Ministry of Rural Transformation, the Central American Bank for Economic Integration, and Clio Consulting, and is grounded in the guiding principle that meaningful national transformation cannot be achieved without rural transformation. Here is Minister of Rural Transformation, Honorable Oscar Requena, and his CEO, Valentino Shell, speaking at today's launch.
Today, we gather to mark the launch of Belize's National Rural Development Strategy 2026-2030, a pivotal moment in strengthening Belize's national approach to inclusive, coordinated, and sustainable rural development. Ladies and gentlemen, over 55% of our total population live in the rural area. This is significant, and the rural area contributes significantly to Belize's food security, our environmental stewardship, and cultural heritage. Despite this, our rural areas are still faced with several challenges. We face challenges of inadequate infrastructure, low market access, limited access to capital and financing. We also see weak local government capacities. We are on a move to change this. We are determined that through our national rural development strategy, we are going to transform the rural areas of Belize.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know that every poverty study since independence, every poverty report that has been produced on Belize has shown how is this possible? On top of that, half of our population, or slightly more than half, live also in rural areas. This paradox underscores a structural inequality that exists. And this is a situation that we can no longer tolerate. But we have been making progress. There has been a steady decline in poverty over the last 5 years. While the progress has been steady, it has been slow. What we at the Ministry of Rural Transformation want to do is to accelerate this development. We want to disrupt the status quo and make way for real transformation.
Designed as a comprehensive and national framework, the strategy...
We have this discussion not only in cabinet but among colleagues. I quickly point out to them because they're saying, well, so why is it that we have to be spending so much money in the rural areas? I said, well, in the urban areas, you open your eyes, you put on the switch, you have electricity. You go to the bathroom, you open the faucet, you have water. You go to the room, you put on TV, you have cable TV, you have internet. You step out of your house. In most instances, you have a fairly decent street to go on. And then you don't have to go far to work. Whilst in the rural areas, we find the opposite of that. For too long, we have not been giving the proper attention to our rural citizens or to people living in the rural area. This is where the wealth of this country is being produced, in the rural areas. Agriculture, that's a major foreign earner for Belize. Tourism, where the Minister of Tourism is always reminding us, depending on the day and depending on the mood he is, it's between 40 and 60% of GDP. But I think it's more around 40% of GDP, but it's still a sizable chunk of the wealth that is being produced in the rural areas. We produce the food for ourselves. Our natural reserves are in the rural areas. Everything that makes Belize so special and unique is in the rural areas.
The strategy aligns with the government of Belize's broader development agenda and reflects the mandate of the Ministry of Rural Transformation, Community Development, Labor, and Local Government to ensure that rural communities are not left behind in the country's growth trajectory. The Belmopan City Council is incentivizing residents to pay their taxes by offering a parcel of land as a prize in a raffle. All those who are up to date on all taxes will be automatically included in the raffle. The parcel of land is located in the Innovabel area of Belmopan near Salvapan. The raffle will be drawn on March 31. The Public Relations Officer of the Council, J.B. Wade, explained why the Council went this route to encourage tax payments.
So we have launched a little initiative and to try and get our Belmopan residents to comply by offering a parcel of land in Belmopan, clear those as well, to ensure chance to get into this raffle to win a parcel of land. Now, we all know that land in Belmopan is not scarce, it's non-existent. And I must comment that since we put out the post, a lot of people have been saying, oh, we thought you didn't have any land. Well, you're not thinking wrong. We do not have any land. But this is one parcel of land that we were able to find. And we decided, instead of offering it for sale to any one specific person, it would be best served to give everybody an opportunity at a chance of it free of cost. All we're asking you is to be compliant and pay your piece of Belmopan.
Meanwhile, the Council is also encouraging residents to take advantage of major discounts on taxes and fees to start the new year. In January, there is a 15% discount, which will be 10% in February and 5% in March. J.B. Wade, the Public Relations Officer at the Council, reminded residents that senior citizens enjoy discounts all year long.
Well, we have the biggest discounts happening this year, this month. We have 15% across the board, and next month we still have a discount happening as well. For next month, it's less, it's 10%, and in March it drops to 5%. But again, we want to encourage everybody to come in and take advantage of these discounts, and even more so for our senior citizens. Although their discounts last all year long, just want to let them know that you do get a 50% discount all year long on your taxes and fees at the Belmopan City Council. So we look after our elders.
As sargassum activity increases across the Caribbean, the government of Belize is taking early proactive steps to prepare for the 2026 season through the National Sargassum Task Force. Co-chaired by the Ministry of Tourism and the Ministry of Blue Economy, the NSTF is coordinating a national response focused on 5 priority coastal destinations. That's San Pedro, Caye Caulker, St. Bite, Hopkins, and Placencia. To strengthen readiness, the government is acquiring new shoreline management equipment, including a Barber Beach rake, and is funding repairs for existing beach rakes, particularly in Placencia. A scoping assessment has also been launched in San Pedro and Caye Caulker to evaluate infrastructure, disposal, and processing options, transportation logistics, and long-term scalable solutions, including circular economy approaches. STF is using the satellite-based sargassum monitoring tool, SAMTool platform, to support proactive, evidence-based decision-making by forecasting sargassum landings and improving coordination and resource deployment. Additional specialized equipment, including a WeDo TC3014 workboat and a DESME tri-turtle removal unit, has been procured to enhance nearshore and shoreline sargassum management. While current equipment supports pilot operations, national deployment will expand progressively as additional resources become available. The NSTF emphasizes that although sargassum influxes cannot be prevented, their impacts can be reduced through proactive planning, interagency coordination, and collaboration with municipal authorities, tourism stakeholders, and coastal communities. In police news, the family of Canadian national 64-year-old Alfred Gottfried Pleel is asking for the public's assistance in locating him. Pleel, who was last seen on January 15, was living in Cattle Landing, Toledo. His family reported that contact with him had stopped, which prompted them to investigate, including contacting the police and his neighbors. His sister said the family was unable to get any updates into the investigation of his disappearance. Police are also seeking the public's assistance in locating 15-year-old San Pedro student Mary Arzu, who went missing on Tuesday. Mary's mother told Reef Radio that her daughter ran away from a Belize City hospital where she was receiving treatment for a high fever. Her mother also revealed that she has disappeared before, having escaped from a youth center in the Belize district in September of last year. She was later discovered in Toledo along with 4 others from the youth center. Meanwhile, here in Belize City, the family of 13-year-old Keita Rivera is asking for the public's assistance as she has not been seen since Monday. Keita is of Creole descent, light brown complexion, slim-built, and stands 5 foot 3 inches tall. Police are asking anyone with information on the whereabouts of all 3 persons to visit the nearest police station or call Crime Stoppers anonymously at 922 or use the P3 app at p3tips.com. And with that, we've come to the end of our newscast. The repeat can be viewed on this station later tonight at 9 and again tomorrow at midday.